Welcome everyone for a Legacy of the Valiant card discussion video. In this video, we'll be discussing the cards that Kite uses in the anime that are in Legacy of the Valiant.
Alright, we're going to start off with Overlay Sentinel. It's a light warrior, level 4 with 2000 attack and 0 defense. Its effect is when it can't be special summoned, but when it is normal summoned, you have to change it to defense mode. And then later, its effect is if you control a face-up Xyz monster that has material, you can banish it from the graveyard to target one monster your opponent controls. That monster loses 500 attack for every material attached to a monster you control.
Yeah, so, pretty easy effect to use. You just have to control an Xyz monster and then have this card in the graveyard. Since it has 0 defense and you're gonna be changing it to...
You have to summon it in defense.
Since you have to summon it in defense, it's likely going to be destroyed. But the graveyard's probably where you want it anyway.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, since it's got 2000 attack, it can easily function as a tribute for Galaxy Eyes' special summon, especially comboing with Overlay Booster, which we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, there's also, of course, your Photon Photon Thrasher and Photon Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
That can also be used in combination to get out your Galaxy Eyes.
The one nice thing, you can combo this card with things like Silent Honor Dark that just gain materials. So say if you have 4 materials attached to a monster you control, your opponent's monster is going to be dropping 2000 attack, which is huge.
Which is especially useful on cards that are only really able to get over by destroying them by battle.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and then next we have Overlay Booster, which is kind of Overlay Sentinel's counterpart. It's a light warrior level 5 with 2000 attack and 0 defense. And its effect is if you control a monster with 2000 or more attack, you can special summon it from your hand and face up defense. You can only special summon Overlay Booster once per turn that way though. And then during your turn, except the turn that it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it, then target a face-up Xyz monster you control that has material. It gains 500 attack for every material attached to it. So, very counterparty card.
This card is also going to allow you to go for rank 6 plays in sort of Photon decks, because you're going to be able to use this in combination with your Photon Satellite to bring out rank 6 monsters, which is not too bad.
That doesn't work. It's Photon Satellite only functions with Photon monsters, so.
Curses! We'll change its name to Photon Overlay Booster!
And it is really nice. It makes rank 5s actually really easy, because a lot of level 5 monsters have 2000 attack or more. So, provided you get one level 5 out, you can easily special summon this one.
Yeah, you can special summon a Cyber Dragon, special summon this card, and then go into a rank 5. A lot of the special summonable rank 5 cards have over 2000 attack. The Tricky has over 2000, doesn't it too?
It has exactly 2000, so it works.
Okay, it still works.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the real key play you're going to want to do with this is change its name to Photon Overlay Booster and use it with Photon Satellite to go into a rank 6. Mm-hmm. What you do is you take a Sharpie and you write Photon up in the corner. Nobody will notice.
Mm-hmm. The other nice thing is, since unlike Sentinel, it doesn't have the clause where it can't be special summoned, so you can use things like Mass Chameleon. There you got a level 9 synchro very easily right there.
Yeah, that's very powerful. What options do we have with that, Brad? Gigantic Castle?
Gigantic Castle and Floatress, both of which are very good. So.
I didn't even think of the Floatress. What?
Mm-hmm. That's a relatively new one.
What does that one do?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, we must find out. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target one level 9 monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Level 8 or lower monsters cannot attack the turn they are normal or special summoned. So you're gonna basically lock down your opponent by
most monsters.
From most monsters, at least attacking the first turn. And since it has 3000 defense, it's going to stay on the field for a good amount of time, I'd say.
It's not really something you'd want to use along with Photons, unlike the rest of or like we talked about, Overlay Sentinel. But it's a very good card if you're playing for things like Floatress and Gigantic Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just another option.
Yep. Alright, and next we have Photon Charge Man, who's a level 4 light warrior. He's got 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense. His effect is once per turn you can double its attack until your next standby phase, but it can't attack the turn you activate the effect.
So, likely this is just going to be used in combination with Crusher or Thrasher to give tributes for Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, but you can use Solomon's Lawbuck and skip your next standby phase in order to double this card's attack again.
As well as the nice thing is since it's not an originally 2,000 attack monster, it does make it a lot more searchable than a lot of the other photons that can be used for Galaxy Eyes tributes. So you can use things like Shining Angel to special summon this one, and then on your turn you can make it 2,000 attacks to function for that. You're probably not going to want to use that in order to actually get over anything, because you can't, unless you use the Solomon's Lawbook play, you're never going to get to attack at 2,000 attacks. So
yeah.
But if nothing else, if your opponent for some reason can't get over the 2,000, you can just have a 2,000 monster that they can't get over, even if you can't attack.
I mean, it is light, so you could always use Honest with it.
This is true.
But yeah, as I said earlier, it's likely going to be used in combination with Thrasher or Crusher to get out a Galaxy Eyes.
Alright, and then next we actually have a ritual monster. It is a Paladin of Photon Dragon. That's a light warrior ritual. It's level 4 with 1,900 attack and 800 defense. Effect is you can ritual summon this card with Luminous Dragon Ritual, and you contribute it to special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck. And then, as well as that, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you draw a card.
So sort of similar to your Galaxion, but a ritual monster. So hooray, a new ritual monster!
Obviously, kind of a throwback to Paladin of White Dragon, in which Paladin of White Dragon summons a Blue Eyes. Paladin of White Dragon's other effect is a little bit inferior, because Paladin of White Dragon only stops when it destroys a monster. That monster can't activate its effects. This one lets you draw a card every time you do that. So
yeah, so I mean, you find ways to get over 1,900. You're more likely to actually start destroying some monsters. But 1,900 isn't a terrible threshold. I mean, that gets over a good majority of 4 or lower monsters.
The nice thing is, since it's only level 4, when you use Luminous Dragon Ritual, you can use it on most of your Photon monsters. So
yeah, Charge Man's actually probably a good target to throw away for this card as well.
And then more in combination of this, because this card in itself, it doesn't have a whole lot, but its versatility comes from the versatility of its ritual spell card, Luminous Dragon Ritual, which obviously can be used to ritual summon Paladin Photon Dragon. You also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal exactly 4. So it's not like old school rituals where you can use a 3 and a 2. So you have to do exactly 4, but that's not hard in Photons because they use a lot of 4s. But the nice thing is you can banish the ritual spell from your graveyard and banish monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal exactly 4, and special summon a Paladin from your hand after that.
So you may want to use several Paladin of Photon Dragons. You can of course use Paladin of Photon Dragon to summon another one, so that's not a problem there of having extra ones.
So yeah, say if you have a ritual spell, if you have the ritual spell and Paladin of Photon Dragon and 2 Paladin of Photon Dragons in your hand, you can get out 2 Galaxy Eyes with just those 3 cards.
Which is very powerful because
you need a tribute too, but so you need 4 cards, but any level 4 monster will do for the last one. So
well, I mean, if you had a level 4 in your grave already.
You need one for the first tribute, so.
Yeah, I guess. Shame. Darn. But I mean, 4 cards, it's not terribly unlikely if you're running 3 Paladin of Photon Dragons.
And then if you have Manju, the 10,000 hands, you can get whichever card of that you don't have already. Like, say if you have 1 Paladin and the ritual spell, and you have Manju, that's all you need, because you can use Manju, search out a 2nd Paladin, tribute Manju for the ritual summon, and then tribute Manju again for the 2nd ritual summon in the graveyard.
Yep, and then you contribute both of your Paladin Photon Dragons for your 2 Galaxy Eyes, and now you have 2 3,000 attack monsters on the field. What's your opponent gonna do?
The nice thing is since it is only a level 4 ritual as well, it functions with Preparation of Rites.
Yep, you get that to your hand very easily after already using it. But that is it for Kite's cards in Legacy of the Valiant. So please join us next time, and as always, of course, leave your comments below on your thoughts about these cards.
See you guys later.